Hi, my name's Steve Henn. This is my new collection from Main Street Rag Publishing. It's called Guilty Prayer. That cover art is by the mother of my children who died in 2013. And I'm going to read 3 poems out of it for you. So the first one, a few poems into the collection, is called Bar Talk. And it's one of the more playful poems of the collection. The death panels were always here, desecrated with crepe paper and magic marker messages. Welcome aboard! No one here gets out alive. Red-blooded American Jesus giggles and goes back to masturbating. There's a hole in the wall in the Mayo Clinic leading to an honest afterlife, the one the deep state keeps from us. I traveled many moons by Stargate and by Hitch and Crick to hear this secret on the winds of trade. It doesn't take a man from Mensa to tell us Bono preaches endlessly, but I just told my old bar pal I'd ignored it. So I struggle still for progress, not perfection. Iced tea, hoo-wee, there's music in my monologue, there's silence in the neon trees. And everything I know about you is a thing somebody, Bono or God, Madonna or your mama, knows too clearly, queerly, preciously, too dearly. Do I fear thee? Have a beer on me. And the next one was a note I wrote. It's a poem, but it's also addressed to a friend of mine who introduced me to Soundgarden's music. And I wrote it when Chris Cornell died by suicide. It's called Suicide Note. Hey Zeb, remember when you dubbed Soundgarden for me in high school and I said it sounded like a symphony of chainsaws? Chris Cornell died today. God bless that man and his gift of a generation's greatest pipes. So much of what I learned to appreciate I disregard at first listen. I saw Sparkle Horse once opening for Mazzy Star. My brother and I agreed that Hope Sandoval looked and sounded beautiful, and that Mark Linkhouse must have been a little too into his artistic self. Now I can't listen to It's a Wonderful Life without crying. My family never knew jack about modern music, but my dad did keep a copy of Portnoy's Complaint on the bookshelf behind the television. The book was good for me or it wasn't, whatever. It didn't matter. Or it mattered less than I'd have over-eagerly argued it did. In my escort that we called the Big Blue Shit, we'd sing along to Eddie Vedder's I'm Going Hungry. We could only falsetto pantomime Cornell's part. I remember once when Musgrave walked into his classroom and chalked, "No one here gets out alive," on the blackboard. A bunch of kids were like, "What's that supposed to mean?" But you and I pretended that we knew just what he meant. And suicide is an issue or a theme of the book. I reference my own attempt way back in 1999, and I reference the mother of my children's death by suicide, and Cornell's suicide, and it's kind of a undercurrent. There's a lot of poems about Lydia Henn, who, like I said, died in 2013. And here's one about her. It's about, well, part of it is about the last time we saw her. It's called Poem for the Mother of My Children. I wonder if it was an inability to cope with 1,000 minor disappointments that drove you to put the belt around your neck. I am with you in that sense, losing battle after battle, hoping and dashing hopes, killing my will on half chances and failed attempts. But I am nowhere near suicide. Still, I think now I understand. You felt you really had no one. Not me any longer, certainly. Not your dubious boyfriend. The afternoon before you killed yourself, you hugged each of our children inside my minivan and told them you loved them. Hindsight worried us that night. I'm sure you felt a lightness, a peace. Because our oldest daughter and I shared an Apple account then, I knew she sent you message after message, begging for response, after you were already gone. That's it, folks. Guilty prayer. Thank you.